Alrighty, so this is for number 30, and I apologize if my voice is still a little bit jacked up. It's getting better. So let me see. Let's turn on the pen. So number 30, which I'm reading off of my phone, was log of x minus log of y minus log of z. And what makes this one a little bit trickier than the others is that it's got the two minus signs. So we can work from left to right. And so to start off, we're just going to focus on this part. And then after we do the whole thing out, there's a shorter way to do it once you know how it's going to work. So this would be subtraction. And so when you're subtracting two logs, you subtract, you divide the arguments. So we'd have the argument of the first one, which is x, divided by the argument of the second one, which is y. So we have log of x over y. And then this part over here, the minus log z, we'll just bring that down. Okay, now here's where it gets a little tricky. We still have subtraction, so we have subtraction, and the property still holds. So we'll take the log of the first argument here, which would be x over y, and then we'll divide that by the argument of the second log, which is z. Hopefully I'm saying this clearly. So we'd have log of, and this is going to get messy, but it's only messy for like a second. So we have x over y is the numerator divided by z. So of course that looks awful. That is that compound fraction that turns up every once in a while. And we'd like to be able to simplify it, and we can simplify it. So over here to the right, we'll just do a little bit of scratch work. So if I have x over y over z, I'm going to remind you that that is just a division symbol. That was supposed to be a division symbol like that, something like that. And so what we have is x over y divided by z. So I'm going to do a quick like notational change. So x over y divided by z. So what I did there was I took the fraction bar out and replaced it with another division symbol that we're a little bit more comfortable thinking of as division. Now remember from the first day of school or the first lesson or something where we said there's no such thing as division. Division is just multiplication by the reciprocal. So this is really x over y times the reciprocal of z. Well, the reciprocal of z is 1 over z. And now that becomes x over y times 1 over z. And you can just multiply that going across. And like my little face, like video face is in the way, but x times 1 is x. And y times z is just y over z. So coming back over here to this problem, that kind of ugly thing that we have over there simplifies to x over y z, and that's how that one would simplify. You might see somebody put it in parentheses, like we kind of play a little fast and loose with the parentheses there. Now the shortcut way, so if you're thinking, well, there's got to be like kind of an easier way other than navigating through the fractions, there is. Pretty much anything in your row that is being subtracted. So if you have like minus log y minus log z, both the y and the z end up in the denominator. Anything that's positive or being added would end up in the numerator. And that's the kind of connection that you can make if you did a lot more problems that were like this, but at this point in time, you're not going to do a whole lot more. So there are some faster ways or ways that you can get faster without having to go through that mess or that reasoning every time. So I hope that helps just clarify that last problem. And yeah, so if you have any other questions, like let me know. I'm sitting in my living room, so I'd love to answer any questions.